Should we just get started since Gogs isn't going to be
Yeah.
here for a little while?
Yeah, let's do what we do when we do.
All right. I'm already recording. Hey, everybody. It is the movie, the podcast, and it's just me, Alec, and Sean at the moment. But Gogs will be joining us after, I don't know, his new stepmother visits or
She's
something. I don't know.
fucking his father-in-law.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. That guy's always up to something crazy.
Yeah.
But this week we watched The Island of Dr. Moreau, a movie I've never seen, which everybody was very
No,
surprised
I haven't
to
seen it
hear.
either.
And fun story, I got really drunk with Gogs on Saturday. We went and got Korean barbecue, and I kind of watched it with him, but I was kind of in and out of consciousness. So I've watched this movie like 1.5 times. I watched it. I watched it again on Sunday.
Yeah. This is one of those movies that's like famous for being a bomb, but it's also like famous for like how horrific the production was.
I mean, we're gonna get into it. I don't think this movie is very good, but I also think this is like a normie bad movie. This is like a Spider-Man 3 bad movie.
Yeah.
Or like the movie, like Sean said, the movie had a horrible production, and you can tell in the finished product because this movie is just all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Like this movie,
Val Kilmer just disappears for
like most of the movie,
quarters of the movie.
Yeah, he like. I mean, I know in the movie he's supposed to be like this sort of like Dennis Hopper and Apocalypse Now type character. But like he seemed to be like heft up on goofballs every time.
Marlon Brando is supposed to be a Marlon Brando and Apocalypse Now type character.
Yeah, and apparently like Marlon Brando, while making the movie, would just make like random demands that weren't in the script. Like there's a part in the movie where he's clearly just wearing like a bucket on his head, and he says something like my thermatic converter's like empty, and then Fairuza Balk puts ice in his water bucket head. It's very, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna bury the lead. I didn't hate this movie. I found it wildly entertaining for all the wrong reasons, but we'll get into it. Some truly horrendous CGI in this movie also, like with the little, like, I guess they were rat men. I don't even know what the hell they were supposed to be. I kind of loved them, but they looked so bad.
They were like abomination versions of Rizzo the Rat.
Yeah, like it's like if the Muppets did that Marvel story Ruins, where all the Muppets are just all fucked up. Like,
I never read that. I gotta read that.
It's good. It's really good. The art is amazing. I mean, it's like, I don't think you'll like it because it's like the most depressing like story that I think Marvel. I can't believe Marvel actually published it under, like, not under like a another company, you know, like an Elseworld or whatever the Marvel calls their Elseworld shit. But it's very.
They just have like What If. They don't really have Elseworlds.
Well, they have Max. They had Max.
Alternate universe. Wasn't Max still like part of canon? It was just like darker characters.
That's up for debate because the only like book that really caught on for Max was Punisher, and Punisher is kind of like its own thing anyway. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess it's canon, but like, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember they had like a War Machine Max book. I never read that. They had a Luke Cage Max book that was pretty good. But yeah, they were all kind of like street level stories. I'm probably missing a big one, but the Punisher Max was great.
I really liked the Marvel Knights line that they had for a while.
Yeah.
That Spider-Man run and that Fantastic Four run were both excellent.
And I hate these characters, but even the Inhuman Marvel Knights book was really good with Paul Jenkins and Jay Lee. That shit was great. And the Daredevil, oh my god, the Daredevil was incredible. That like kind of that's kind of why we have Daredevil, like the TV show now, because I feel like that version of the character, they kind of brought it back to like the Frank Miller kind of vibe of Daredevil. Anyway, we're talking comics.
Comics and movies.
Sean, how do you feel about the Marvel Knights line of comic books? Oh, Sean might not. He might only be here as
He's in spirit.
All right, let's talk about what we watched. I watched a whole shit ton of things, but
Well, you watched one movie that I want to see, and I watched a movie that you want to see.
ooh, what did you watch?
So
Go ahead. What did
I
you see
watched
that I wanted to see?
the only thing I watched this week was The Accountant 2.
Oh, how was it? How was it?
Stacy surprised me and took me to it yesterday because
Oh, how nice.
we were both off and she knew how much I'd been looking forward to seeing it. She got tickets and surprised me.
Friend
And it
of
was
the show, your wife. She's a delight.
friend of the show and my life partner.
Your wife.
Literally the greatest person I've ever met.
Shout out to Stacy. She is a delight. I always love being around her. She's great and she's wonderful. And you picked a good one.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
The Accountant 2, I thought it was really good.
That's good to hear. I've been
liked
hearing
it
a lot
a lot.
of mixed reviews, but I mean, I love the first one.
Yeah, it's not quite as good as the first one. I thought so. I was just reading a bunch of reviews on it right before I got on. Like some people were saying they think it's better than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was quite as good as the first one. But I thought it was still really good. And really, your mileage at the movie is or how much you like the movie is based on how much mileage you get out of John Bernthal and Christian's the name of the movie. Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck and John Berthal's like banter.
I mean,
like
I
their
feel like
chemistry
I would like it.
is so goddamn good.
I mean,
the action
the more
scenes
Bernthal, the better for me. I can't get enough of that guy.
The action scenes are incredible. Like if you liked the first one, I don't know how you don't like this one. And I saw a bunch of people saying they didn't, but most people that I saw thought it was great. And I thought it was really good. I wouldn't say it was great, but the first one is excellent. This one dives. It doesn't go into their past really at all.
Did you know they were brothers?
It doesn't really go into their past at all, but it explores some other like cool aspects of, I guess, their world and like Christian Wolf, what he's doing with all his money that he makes. And like I don't know, it's kind of a mild spoiler, but it's not spoiling anything like crazy. But like he's turning that Harvard neuroscience place where he grew up, and that is like the school for autistic kids from the first one. He's basically turning that like into his own version of the X-Men, kind of. Like it's turning into like Xavier's school for gifted youngsters.
I can already see why
like
people probably got upset at that because I read that they take the autism thing and people are upset about it, and it's just like I don't know. I don't really. It's just an action movie, guys. Calm down.
But man, like it's really good. The action sequences are really good. J.K. Simmons is great. I can't remember the actress's name who plays the like. I guess sometime between movies, like they switched places because J.K. Simmons was like the head of like the FTC or something.
Right.
And sometime between movies, he like stepped down and she took over as like the head. What's her name? Cynthia Adai Robinson.
Know who that is?
Yeah, I really don't know that I've seen her in anything else. Except for this and The Accountant. She was in Columbiana. I never saw that.
I thought it was kind of interesting. I didn't know this until I saw some review of it. This is a theatrical release from Amazon Films. This was produced by Amazon Films. So I guess it'll show up on Prime here probably soon.
Knowing how fantastic, because I really want to see it again. They're usually pretty quick with getting their stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
And like I really
So did you like it? I missed kind of the big chunk of the review.
Oh yeah, I thought it was really good. It's not quite as good as the first one, but I saw some reviews where people think it exceeded the first one. But I really thought it was a lot of it.
Was it because it didn't surprise you in the same way the first one did, or is it just probably just didn't like it as much?
Probably, because like the first one I didn't have expectations. I just went and saw it because like it was the movie playing at the time that I went to the center and wanted to see a movie. Like, it was probably before like digital ticketing almost. No.
It came out 10 years ago. That's
2016. So it was right when I was starting to buy tickets like online before just going.
Before you bankrupted MoviePass.
I couldn't believe that first one was 10 years old. I'm like, Jesus.
Well, crazy. You guys didn't see it till like Well, I guess
No, I didn't see it till way later. Yeah.
No, I thought it was
2019,
gonna suck
pre-COVID, but not pre-COVID,
Well, I
but
remember
not too
the
long.
marketing campaign for it was pretty shitty. Like that
It just looked like a
trailer is not
boilerplate.
good.
It just looked like a boilerplate, like, action movie. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
didn't look like anything special.
And I want to
But
say
like,
Bernthal wasn't even in the like trailer and shit. Maybe
No, it
maybe
looked
he
like
was.
a Jason Statham movie.
Yeah, yeah.
No offense.
R.I.P. But no, I thought it was really good. I think you guys have probably both really,
I'm
Yeah.
looking
really
forward to
enjoy it. There was some fat that could have been trimmed, and it got like
Of
there's a
course.
little bit. Some of the plot lines got a little long, but overall, I thought it was really good, and everybody's in it is very good.
Oh my God, the Orioles scored a run before the other
Holy
team.
shit. Hey, real quick, somebody's asking if my thoughts on Marvel Knights, real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Could you hear me?
No, we
No.
couldn't hear you.
Oh, the Inhumans is great because Jay Lee drew it. I think the Black Panther, the Chris Priest Black Panther,
I forgot
is
about
the
that.
best
yeah,
Black Panther.
Oh, that shit was. I knew.
I forgot he had
like
one.
I said, I missed a big one. Yeah, that
Yeah.
Black Panther one was great.
The Daredevil, I really like Joe Quesada's art. I think its a mileage
Yeah,
may
me too.
vary. Kevin Smith's writing doesn't hold up particularly well.
I liked it at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever read the Daredevil Father, the Quesada, where he
Yeah.
wrote and drew it? It's super weird. I like that.
I liked it a lot.
The Punisher, was that the Angel one? Was that Marvel Knights or was that Max?
So okay, so the funny
That
thing
was-
is the Angel one was Knights, and then Ennis took over, and then was like,
Gotcha.
got rid of all of it. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
that shit was dumb.
it was fucking terrible, but it did usher in, I would say, the greatest, like the Ennis Punisher between Knights and Max is that is the fundamental comics for the Punisher. Like I know a lot of people sour, especially lately. It seems like people sour on his writing, but like, dude, I mean, his Punisher is amazing.
He's one of those guys that might work a little bit better sometimes with restraints than without. Like Crossed is kind of, but Preacher's great. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Like not everything's going to be a home run, but that Jay Lee art on Inhumans is some of my favorite comic book art.
I mean, Jay Lee is a fucking master. I still couldn't believe, I think it was 2 years ago at Baltimore Comic-Con, I was just walking around and he was by himself at his table. I was like, how is he not mobbed? Like the guy's like a god to me. Like I think
remember Deathmate? Do you remember that crossover book?
Of course.
Apparently the editor from Valiant was so pissed at Jay Lee, because I think Jay Lee penciled one of those, that he sat on his doorstep while he penciled it and inked it while he was fucking drawing it because it was so far behind.
Holy shit. Yeah, I remember that was like, that, I mean, that was kind of the downfall of like,
end of Valiant,
Image.
yeah.
Well, and Valiant too, but like, remember Image was like horrible for like, there would be like 6-month delays between books.
Yeah, like, I think that Weiss Portasio book, Wetworks, I think that got solicited for like 2 years before it came out. Anyway, sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to get that on record.
Did you ever read the Fantastic Four or the Spider-Man Marvel Knights?
Both are really good.
No, the only, to be honest, the only Fantastic Four I read was the Hickman run with the Future Foundation, which I thought was really good.
So good. Yeah, that was so
the Marvel Knights run's one of my favorite runs, because like at the beginning of it, they like lose all their money.
Yeah.
And like Mr. Fantastic is doing like accounting work, like to make some money for the family.
Yeah.
And I forget, like they're all doing like regular ass jobs. And it's really neat. It's really cool. There's this, well, I won't get it. We got other shit to talk about.
The only thing I know about Fantastic Four besides that run really is when they would cross over with X-Men, specifically the Days of Future Present annual crossover.
Oh yeah.
But anyway.
And that Spider-Man run is, was it the Sinister 12?
Wasn't that Umberto Ramos with the art on that one? Am I right?
No, that was Spectacular Spider-Man.
I'm a big fan of his stuff. Yeah.
He does one of him and
Bagley?
No. He does a good one. But
Bagley's great.
Oh, was it Ramos? Was it Pacheco?
Oh, Chris Pacello.
Chris Pacello. That
was
like,
I love that.
Really like
his name,
elongated features and everything.
Yeah.
It's like perfect for Spider. He had like really long spindly finger. He looked like a spider almost. It was really, I thought he was like one of my favorite artists.
No,
I don't think
Isaiah Pacheco,
I don't think I
running back for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Well, he did one of
CEH's job.
me and TJ's favorite books, the Sandman spinoffs, the Death books.
Yeah, ridiculous, so good. Anyway, Alec, what other did you watch any Lifetime movies?
Oh, I did actually watch one.
Nice.
It was called, I can't remember what it was called.
Unmarried, My Dad's Ghost.
Oh, we didn't watch that one yet. I forget what it was.
We should play a game. Is it a Lifetime movie or a Chuck Tingle novel?
I was about to say that, yeah. Pounded in the butt by
my own butt.
I'm gonna find this TikTok and send it to you guys that Stacy sent me. She got this TikTok and she sent it to me, and it's a black author who's writing books like
Quan
that.
Quan Mills is the guy's name.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was dying.
This hoe has roaches.
It was like I'm in love with a ghetto velociraptor or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so good.
Somebody needs to like get a hold of Quan Mills, and they need to make like those like really like low budget like Tubi movies based off Quan Mills books, because I'd watch every single one of them.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh for sure.
The shitty CGI,
you know what? Movie the podcast needs to get into movie producing. We need to contact Quan Mills. Maybe like $500 budget movies, but like they'd be incredible.
I already played that. I hated that game. That's a young man's game.
Peter, you guys got Peter Hyams to direct this? Yeah.
Sean.
I watched a bunch of shit. One of them I think is tabled because TJ also watched it, and I want to talk about it.
Gogs watched it too.
Well, I don't know if Gogs getting done fingering his uncle or whatever.
Yeah.
But I watched Ford versus Ferrari again because that's sneaky. One of my favorite movies, I think.
That movie rocks.
It's just a good-ass movie. It's a certified good-ass movie. It's just a movie for dudes that turned into old men that like movies. Yeah.
It's really good.
It's just so solid. Like it is like a workman-like film that I enjoy a lot. I watched 3 of the ESPN Untolds.
Oh, cool.
I watched the Johnny Manziel one. I like that dude more and more as I get older because he's just like, I just want to do blow and party. Yeah. And like, I respect that. And he got fucking hosed with, these. I think they said that Texas A&M sold 2 million of his jerseys pre-NIL.
And he didn't get
like $100 a pop at least.
Yeah, no, he didn't get
probably more.
I watched the murder of Aaron McNair, which is still sad.
God, yeah, that is.
Also,
my 4th favorite Ravens quarterback of all time.
You might want to watch it just for the fact that they took the Titans footage and like remastered it, so it's in like super clear, almost 4K HD, but it's from 97 and 98, which is a very strange aesthetic. Like you're used to seeing it in some kind of way. And I watched the Malice in the Palace one. And it's like, fuck those fans. Like, they should have beat up the entire stadium. Like, this whole, I paid my ticket. I know they're millionaires or whatever, but they're still people. You know what I mean? Like, they're not billionaires. They're not fucking capital owners, like, ruining your life. They're just dudes that are good at basketball.
Well, and one thing that I hate about, discourse about, sports is people, and it's always from people that don't care about sports, but they're like, these guys make too much money. It's like, okay, if that's your opinion, then think about how much money the owners are making.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? If
they're
they can
still labor. That's why I'm for their unions and their strikes and shit.
1,000%. If they can afford to pay Juan Soto $700 million, then how much are they making? That's really who you should point your ire to, not the guys that are, getting the money. Again, I go back to when I was a fucking child, and everybody was like, oh, Mike Mussina sucks, he sold out, blah, blah, blah. Bro, if someone's, gonna give you a, huge contract and you have a chance to win a Super Bowl, you're gonna turn it down? Give me a break.
Mike Mussina, Super Bowl pitcher.
It's like, okay, well, you're not gonna be loyal to Burger King even though Arby's is gonna give you $6 more an hour? Like, no, see you later. Big beef and cheddar all day long.
I get so tired of that, and it's just like, well, teachers don't make enough money. It's like, yes, I agree with you. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know what?
True.
we're talking capitalism. There's a supply and demand thing. There's a whole lot of people that can teach.
Yeah.
Not that many people can dunk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, true.
I had a buddy that was like not a sports guy. He's like an academic. And you guys remember Aaron Brooks, the quarterback for the Saints?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I guess he has like a paleontology degree or something. And somebody was like, "Oh, why does he just be a paleontologist?" Like, because they don't get signature shoes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he can do that shit
made more
later.
in a game than he did.
Yeah.
He would make it a year as a paleontologist.
Yeah. But I'm watching this thing, and this guy runs out on the court, and he wants to start trouble. And it's like, what are you, a 5'7" fat guy, thinking, squaring up with Ron Artest in his prime, who's like 6'6" and 260,
Not
solid
only
muscle.
Built like a brick shit house, but is legitimately insane.
Right, and then you got Steven Jackson, who's also a fucking psycho. Like, what are you thinking? You deserve, just for your poor decision-making, to get your ass beat. That's just ridiculous.
Was Latrell Sprewell, I forget, Latrell Sprewell wasn't part of that, was he? He just choked.
He was not involved.
Or earlier.
Yeah, that was earlier. Ben Wallace was involved, though. Yeah, and Ben Wallace's voice is so deep, he sounds like the devil. Washington Bullets legend, Ben Wallace.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, and then the last thing I watched was Havoc. So TJ, I don't know what else you watched, but I'll wait till.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll get into that one in a minute. So it's me now. I watched 3
This
things.
is me now.
I watched 3 things. Okay. I watched Woman in the Yard, the new
about that lady in the yard.
House. Lady in the Yard, not woman. Is it lady or woman?
No, it is Woman in the Yard. It's about a lady in a yard.
So, like, I don't know. I didn't hate this movie, but, like, it's funny because it's Blumhouse trying to make the Babadook. And I felt like...
Oh, no, don't do that.
I mean, I felt like there's a lot of, like... There's a lot of good things in the movie, but I felt like everything in it is very telegraphed, and I was just like, oh, like it's like, I know it's like quote unquote, I get tired of the term, but that's what it is. It's elevated horror. I mean, it's the Babadook, right? Like the Woman in the Yard represents grief, and it's one of those things where it's like I felt like I'd seen it before, and there's some cool like visual stuff in it, but it has the same problem that I'll get into with another movie I watched this week, where the movie would be so much better if it didn't like show you everything. And like, it's good to leave things to mystery. And when you constantly cut back and forth to like, oh, it's about her kids. And then you cut to the kids, like you're as an audience, you can figure that out from context. You don't have to like cut immediately to it.
So it's like the, what do you call it? The fucking Departed to the Babadook's Infernal Affairs.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, right? Because I was watching some, like, reviews on it after I watched it, and people are like, oh, this represents this. And it's like, yeah, of course this is, like, baby's first metaphor. Like, yeah, anyone could figure that out. Like, and it doesn't make the movie, like, deep or meaningful because it has a metaphor in it. Like, it's very surface level, and it's very easy to figure out. I mean, again, everything in the movie they show you, and it's like, I don't know, like, again, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it is a, like, very wet 5. You know what I mean? It's just kind of there. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
Because of the poster, I guess, I just looked at it briefly, and I thought it was a woman in a hijab, so I thought it was like an Iranian horror movie.
No, that would have been better. I don't know. It's just kind of there. And again, sadly, the next movie I'm going to talk about, I felt the same way. It was much higher budget, a movie I was really, really looking forward to, but I saw Sinners, a movie that seems to be like universally loved, and I didn't love it. I thought it was kind of boring, and I'm not going to spoil anything.
I'm sorry. Did you see or share the meme where it's Bradley Whitford from Get Out, and it's like, I would have given it 6 stars on Letterboxd. White people are in love with this movie.
I know, and I, it's just like I said about the last movie, because I made a TikTok about it, and people are like, you just didn't understand it. And it's like, no, I understood it. Like, it's all very surface level. Hey, Gogs.
Hey, buddy.
Just in time. We're just talking about what we watched this week, and I'm going now. Alec already went. He saw The Accountant too. He loved it. Sean watched some sports documentaries. Love those. And I am currently talking about Sinners, which, again, I will not spoil because I know probably everybody wants to watch it. I didn't think it was a horrible movie, but I was expecting more from Ryan Coogler. I think the biggest problem I had with this movie is that, what's the matter, dude? You alright? Gogs looks very confused, and it's concerning me.
The sound is coming out of my speakers, not my headphones. Just ignore me until I figure it out.
You just gotta change the thing. You gotta change the audio out. Anyway,
mucilage.
The thing with Sinners is, like, you watch the trailer, right, and you're like, okay, they're stuck in this, like, barn, and they got the vampires and yada, yada, yada. That doesn't happen until, like, an hour and 10 minutes into the movie. Like, it takes so long to get started, and I don't know, once it actually gets going, it just feels like a movie you've already seen before, and, like, all the flair and all of the, like, things that make it different don't make it any good. Like, there's this voiceover in the very beginning about how, like, you know, once a generation there's, like, a musical talent that, like, brings out, like, evil spirits or something. But again, like, it explicitly tells you that. It would be nice if the movie, like, showed that to you instead of explicitly telling you this is what's happening, because it's just, like, it just kills it for me. Like, I don't like being talked down to in a movie. Like, the movie made me feel, like, stupid. And again, like, I don't think it's bad. I think that like Sean just said, your mileage may vary. You're probably not as hard on movies as I am, but I was expecting so much more from a filmmaker I really like. Again, it's not bad. It's well made. It looks great. The acting is great. Michael B. Jordan's wonderful. Haley Steinfeld is great. Delroy Lindo has a really good performance in the movie. I just wanted more from
He's always good. Yep.
Yeah,
Best movie.
He looked young in the trailer. Like, he had to speak before I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, Delroy Lindo plays this, like, blues player, and he's, like, really good in the movie. Everybody's good in the movie. That's what makes it so frustrating, because it's just, like, to me, it was just, again, it's is
it salvageable with another pass, or is it just, like, the intent is just kind of, like, bringing it down?
I mean, again, like, I think the movie's better if you cut out 45 minutes of it, because it takes so long to get to the fucking point of the movie. It's like, when are they going to get to the fireworks factory, the movie? And
I did a presentation at work the other day, and I used that slide, when are we going to get to the fireworks factory?
It's awesome. But it's funny because, you know, everybody that commented on my TikTok's like, well, it's not really about the vampires. And to my question is, then what is it about? Because I maybe I did miss this, like, deeply rooted thing, and it's like, oh, it's about, like, black culture. It's like, no, I understand that, but, like, the antagonists of the movie are the vampires, and it's like
not for nothing, and not to criticize our white friends, but just because the movie's full of black people does not mean the movie is explicitly about black culture. I haven't seen the movie, but
it kind of is, though. But, like, It's not to say that, like, it's not about the vampires. I'm sorry. I think you're doing, you know, we always talk about this sometimes, where it's like a movie we like and we kind of do work for it. I think people want to like this movie, so they want to add a lot more, like, weight to what they saw. And again, like, I left the theater, I think I texted Sean, like, I really wanted to like this movie, and when I walked out of the theater, I was like, I didn't really like that. And one other thing, I left. The credits rolled, I left. Apparently there's a fucking post-credit scene, so you can fuck right off with that.
Yeah.
Ooh, like, in the Sinners shared universe.
Put that in the fucking movie. Like, stop with this post-credit bullshit. Like, I don't care.
Thing regarding the movie so far I saw was Sauce Gardner tweeted, out of respect for my dog Josh Allen, I refuse to see Sinners.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. It's like, people, like, I know, like, I don't know, man. Sometimes, like, I just shake my head at the world, because, like, everybody's bringing that up, because there's some, like, spicy scenes between Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld, but, like, it's a movie, guys. Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ, like, are we children?
And those people bringing it up are Shamik Moore, who is in shambles.
Oh, well, that is hilarious. But, like, it's a movie, people. Like, you know, they didn't really have sex, right? Like, it's just a movie. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a Vincent Gallo movie.
Counterpoint, you don't know that.
Yeah.
That they didn't have sex? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they didn't have sex. Maybe they did. I don't know. I mean, they're both attractive people. Like, you know,
Josh Allen beats Michael B. Jordan's ass, right? Like, in a real fight, he's twice his size.
Creed would like to have a word with that.
How big is Michael B. Jordan, like height-wise?
Big enough.
I don't think he's like 6'6", 250 or 260 like Josh Allen is.
Josh Allen is. But like, again, it's a movie guy. But I don't know. I'd love to hear everyone else's thoughts on the movie. I even said this in my review on TikTok. I'm perfectly willing to accept that I'm wrong about this. Like, it's not a movie that I feel like super strongly about because like I wanted to like it so much and I feel guilty for not liking it. To be perfectly honest. Like, and again, I didn't hate it. It's a 5. It's like, it's just there. It's nothing I'll ever watch again, and I'm just disappointed in it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not mad. It's your dad. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Yeah. Like, that sucks too, because I was looking forward to that the same way I was looking forward to Mickey 17 and movies from directors I really like, and now I'm just like,
didn't like that one either.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I watched, 3 of us watched, and so it was tabled. I watched the new Gareth Evans film, Havoc. I loved it. It is a throwback. It is a throwback to like 90s action movies with some of the most fantastic action sequences. Like Gareth Evans, like, is there a Lifetime Achievement Award for like being just a kick-ass action director? Because this guy, like, it's such a simple movie. Like, it's classic 90s.
The plot is almost irrelevant, and that's fine.
Yeah. But like the plot, at the same time, the plot is very tightly written.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense. I thought that Tom Hardy did a great job. I thought that Forrest Whitaker did a great job. The girl that plays Tom Hardy's like partner is great in it. Like, I love the movie.
I love me a cunty Timothy Elephant performance.
Dude, it was so good, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of Crying Freeman, because you got like the triads or I don't know what they were, but
they're the triads. Yeah, they're Chinese.
It was so good. Like, I loved it. Evans can't do anything. He hasn't made a bad movie. Like, everything he's made has been a fucking banger.
It got really mixed reviews, and I'm like trying to figure out why. And I think what it comes down to, and I know everybody's guilty of this, but it falls into it's meant to be this. So like, I keep seeing John Wick. This movie is besides the fact that there are guns in it, is not a John Wick movie. John Wick's about like a superhuman assassin.
This movie is way more. This is hard boiled. This is not. This is not John Wick.
It's The Night Comes for Us. Like,
yes.
They even have Asian movie. There's even
that part where they have the fucking hatchets, or the butcher knives, like they did in The Night Comes for Us. Yeah.
There is a scene with a harpoon gun in this movie that ruined my entire weekend.
So cool. I loved it, man.
It's so hard boiled. Like, I fucking adored this movie, and like, I texted the guys, like, it is irresponsibly violent. Like, I haven't seen a movie. Like, I can't believe that they thought I guess somebody thought this was going to be some big blockbuster movie. I'm like, did anybody watch this before they signed up? Like, it is not for regular. Like, it's way more gross than even a John Wick movie. You know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't have that as The Night Comes for Us.
No,
but it's close
because they couldn't actually kill anybody in this movie for real. Like, they couldn't in those movies.
Dogs, what did you think, buddy?
I didn't see Havoc yet.
I thought you watched it.
No, I wanted to. I've just been. I had no opportunity to. I might tonight. I gotta.
Dude, it's so good.
I might get on the old stationary bike and watch Havoc and see if I can see.
Get the blood pumping. I know. I said it in the text, but for the benefit of the two people that aren't in our text messages that listen to this, like I texted TJ and I'm like,
Ryan O'Hearn, 3-run home run. Let's go. Wow. 4-0 O's. Sorry.
It's like they finally made a good Max Payne movie. You know what I mean? It has that
exactly what it feels like,
Sam Lake fucking like ridiculously hard boiled. You know what I mean? Like, it's got the thumb and the bullet hole. Tom Hardy's doing his weird accent. Fucking Forrest Whitaker is matching him with his even weirder accent.
Yeah, and like Tom Hardy plays like the fucking like kind of, you think he, like what I did like about the movie, it's kind of subversion. Like, you think he's like the shitty cop, but it turns out that he's the guy that's kind of like the grief eater, and he's actually the most righteous cop that in that force.
But he's still crooked. You know what I mean? Like, he's not redeemed really. it's just like, this movie fucking rules, and it wastes zero time dicking around with the setup. You know what I mean? Like
the runtime is like
it's like an hour 40. It's the same, almost the exact same runtime as the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Dude, it's so good. I loved it. It is like keep giving me action movies like this. Keep letting Gareth Evans make action movies because this guy. I mean, I was like, I really wanted Gogs to watch this because this has those like Gogs.
This is a Gogs movie.
This is Gogs shaking in his chair because the action is so fucking intense and cool. Like there's a scene in a club that's fucking amazing. Like
every gross action movie needs a nightclub scene.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking masterpiece. This is gonna end up in my top 10 at the end of the year. There's no doubt. Loved it.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this movie. And Tom Hardy fucking rules. And it's just Gogs?
Yeah, I loved it. Gogs, what'd you watch, buddy?
I've just been binging Severance.
Such a good show.
Hardcore. Yeah. So, I got through the entire, I did the entire first season last week. And, I guess we've all seen it at this point.
Yeah. Except Alec. I don't think seen it.
Oh, I thought Alec had. Oh.
It's so good. Alec, you'll like it. It's so good.
It's nuts. And it's like, I'm captivated in a way that I have not been captivated by a TV show in quite a long time. Like, I'm like, really, I need to know where this is going. And I'm hopeful it doesn't disappoint. I will say that I'm glad I'm watching.
It doesn't. The second season is really good.
Yeah.
So is it just 2 seasons thus far?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
They already renewed it for a third.
Gogs, I think you'll benefit from watching them back to back because I actually watched it and then waited like 3 years. So it felt, to me, the second season felt like it took forever to get going, but I think TJ watched it straight through.
I watched it straight
through. It didn't
through.
suffer from the same issue.
I don't know how I could have, like, not for nothing, the way the first season ended, I don't know if I could have dealt with no more episodes for a while because the ending of the first season is so tense and bananas.
Settle an argument between Zach and I.
Okie doke.
Ellie or what's her name? It kind of is a spoiler, but
Miss C, the counselor lady,
the HR lady, yeah.
Helly.
That's correct. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Counselor lady.
Oh no, dude, Helly's. Oh my god, that girl is. Whew. Actually, she's in a movie that I really want to watch. It's like. It's kind of like the worst title. It's like I wrote about a serial killer or something, but like it looks. Red Letter said it's got like 90s indie like wannabe Tarantino vibes, and Steve Buscemi's in it. I was like, yeah, I need to watch that.
And then I'll throw one in Patricia Arquette's old ass at this point too. Like, don't get me wrong.
She still looks great.
And not for nothing, I kind of want the gentleman that plays Milchek.
Oh, he's awesome.
I want him to be in whatever Predator prequel where he gets to be Dylan. Because he's giving off like
he's great.
That Carl Webb. That guy ruled. That actor
somebody said they should cast him in a Barry Bonds biopic. I'm like, that's
exactly
perfect.
Like Barry Bonds. It's wild.
He is like, I don't know what else he has done. And let me put some respect on this gentleman's name. Trammell Tillman is his name.
Yeah, that guy's great.
In a cast full of great performances, I'm gonna say I think he's like the best actor in this thing because his.
I really like.
I don't know, man. The romance between John Turturro and Christopher Walken, I think, is
so good.
My favorite.
I loved that, but like,
I also like
John Turturro is so fucking good in that show, though.
What's his name in the show? Wyatt, the like heavyset guy that was in. Dylan. I love that guy. That guy.
I saw him show up on screen. I was like, that's the dude that was live streaming the fight from Shang-Chi. I was like,
what's that?
Remember in Shang-Chi when they're on the bus?
Oh, yeah.
And they're having the fight, and the guy's like, hey, what's up, fam? These guys are fighting.
You're right,
I know martial arts.
You're right. But he's also in Fallout. Remember, he's like one of the like.
I never saw Fallout.
Wait till Dylan season 2. You haven't seen that show?
Fallout, dude. Fallout's so good.
I've not seen Fallout. There's
things blows my mind, dude. Watch Fallout. Put that on your list next. It's really good, and you love the.
But watch Havoc first.
I'll watch Havoc first, and then I will watch the rest of Severance, and then I will watch Fallout.
Okay. Fallout's excellent.
I got a lot of bike time.
I also, real quick, I'm sorry, I also watched all of the show The Pit, the hospital show. It's fine. I think the only hospital show I actually like is the Nick. But
I heard that the Pit's really gross though, like the Nick. That's what I.
Yeah.
I mean, was it compelling enough? It must have been compelling enough for you to watch.
Well, she was watching it, and I was shopping for fucking Pontiac Solstices on Facebook Marketplace, but just have a fuck around car. But
isn't the Pontiac Solstice? Doesn't it have the same? Wasn't it like the Mercedes
Saturn Sky? No, you're thinking of the Chrysler Crossfire and the Mercedes SLK. Yeah, I was also looking at those SLKs, but
you get yourself a little cruise around.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, I don't got nothing to leave nobody to, so yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, my big V8, my little European car, but it's good. Like maybe it's just a me thing. Like I deal with enough tragedy every day that I don't want to also sit and watch like real tragedy. I want to see like Yakuza tragedy.
You want to see like people getting blown apart with shotguns and shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that.
Getting Napoleon blown apart.
Anything else, Gogs?
I don't. Not if I did, I don't remember. So let's just say no.
No, watch Havoc. If you,
you will love it.
You'll get a kick out of this, but like there's certain movies I watch where I was just like, because it's like a very important moment in my life watching Kick-Ass next to you and feeling the energy coming off of you. Yeah. I'll never forget that till the day I die. And like you were, or like shaking. The time you were shaking, you're like going, and I want to say you were going, ooh.
I had that. I feel like I had that experience with Gogs watching The Villainous the first time.
Oh, that movie rules. That's a good one.
Both those movies kick pile ass. I enjoyed them thoroughly. Don't get it twisted.
All right, Gogs.
I love
got your work cut out for you on this one.
Real quick about this movie.
Story. Go ahead.
Can I don't know if anybody else got this vibe, but it felt like a cross between Planet of the Apes and a Muppet movie for some reason. And like I could not shake that the whole time.
I was telling the boys, Gogs, that like I kind of watched this with you, but I was so drunk I was like in and out of consciousness during our
you started snoring every once in a while. I was like, he's gonna rewatch this.
I rewatched it the next day. But, I mean, we had a great time. But Gogs introduced me to this way of drinking Korean beer where you basically make like a Boilermaker with soju. And I think I polished off 4 of those big beers, so I was...
You did it. Yeah, you did a fair amount of light... It was a heavy night of light drinking, so...
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I did rewatch it, so I watched it on Sunday.
Yeah, this movie is like... I'll also... It's also kind of Apocalypse Now with Muppets.
We were talking about that before, yeah. Like there's like it's very Apocalypse Now.
But anywho,
I really like David Thewlis also. He's a guy that like anytime he shows up, I'm like, oh, I love.
Really? Because I thought he sucked in this movie.
No, I just like him in general. He's not good in the movie. No,
because he played like Flame Blumpkin or something in a Harry Potter movie, right, Alec?
I don't know.
Remus Lupin.
Remus Lupin.
The thing I said was so much more stupid.
Yeah.
Dummy. He's in I'm thinking about ending things. He's like the dad in that movie.
I think he also got recast like as they were getting ready to shoot the movie. I think they had somebody else and he left because of all the issues.
So much. I meant to rewatch what's the documentary called? Like Island of Lost Souls or something? Like I
never saw it.
Oh, it's really good. It's
a good documentary.
Isn't that what it's called, Gog? Something like that?
It's something.
I think it's just called Lost Souls, but it's really good. And like Richard Stanley, we'll get into it briefly before we get into the movie. So Richard Stanley, the director of Hardware, which is a movie I really like, I don't know what else he made. The Color in Space that came out a couple years ago, the Nick Cage movie, but I don't know what else he's made.
That's why Flex recommended it.
Oh, is that right?
Like when I finished watching it, it was like other films like this. That was the first one.
Color of Space.
Is that the Lovecraft movie?
That's the Lovecraft movie. It's a movie
it's not. I didn't really care for, and then I rewatched it, and I was like, it's pretty good. But like Richard Stanley was supposed to direct this movie, and they like fired him in like the middle of the movie. He's not the credited director either. Like he's credited as a screenwriter in this, but not as a director. But he like he got fired. They were filming somewhere like crazy remote.
On an island.
Right, yeah. But he ended up, like, dressing up like an extra, and apparently you can see him in parts of the movie, which is fucking insane. Like, it's one of the most insane things I've ever heard. But yeah, this movie, you can tell that this movie was, like, chopped together. Like, like, what was originally, like, written and what they put, because...
How much coke were they doing that they're like, yeah, we'll put this out in theaters? Kids like Marlon Brando still, right? Like, what the fuck were they thinking?
It's a very Attitude Era, like, 90s, like, science fiction movie.
All right, Cox, go ahead.
So turns out, Island Dr. Moreau, as told by Richard Stanley, who turns out is not Neil Marshall, which was a huge eye-opening experience
that was a funny conversation that me and Gogs had. Gogs was like, "Oh, I love Doomsday. I love it." I'm Doomsday. Like, Neil Marshall. Like, everything he mentioned was Neil Marshall. I was like, "That's not Richard Stanley. Two different people."
Made a mistake. So,
and you don't like Hardware, which I was surprised about. I really enjoyed
Hardware's fine. It just didn't do it for me like It doesn't do it for me like Dog Soldiers, which is not by Richard Stanley.
Shout out to Dog Soldiers though. That movie
shout out. Anywho. The H.G. Wells' classic tale, Island of Dr. Moreau.
Has anyone read the book?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither.
Nope. I read The Time Machine. That's the extent of my H.G. Wells knowledge.
I read War of the Worlds when I was like 10. And I don't know, like, reading that era of science fiction is very hard.
It's the fucking worst.
It's so tough to read.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen cover of War of the Worlds is much better.
Oh, I agree.
The First Men in the Moon is a pretty good story. I'll just say that. Shout out H.G. Wells. You're a real one. And you're also not Isaac Asimov, which was another thing we...
Oh yeah, Gox thought Wells was Isaac Asimov.
Yeah, they were only apart by about like 100 years or so.
Whoopsie daisy. Anyway.
They're both dead, fuck them.
The Time Machine has like a lot of weird eugenic stuff going in it, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
So they make all the brown people live at the center of the earth.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. Here we are. So, Island Dr. Moreau. Movie opens and it's just a big ass ocean. And you get a voiceover from Lupin and he's like, dude, my plane went down in the big ass ocean and it was me and two other dudes. And, they start scrapping for water, and then you see that for like a good couple of minutes. Homeboy pulls out a Bowie knife. He doesn't puncture the raft, but he punctures the dude, and then the other dude gets it, and Thulis kind of like avoids the whole scenario. Then the one guy gets Yokozuna'd out of the fucking pit together, and there's blood everywhere, and the shark's like, oh, hey! Instead, the shark starts eating their ass collectively, and another guy pops up, and he's like, hey, let me back in the raft. And then Thulis ends him with a paddle. This is all over. This is just a preview of the Water Wars. So brace yourself, humans. His ass gets picked up by a big ass junket. What's a big sailing trading vessel in the Southeast Asian world? I think
it's just called a junker, isn't it? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, a junket is like a press tour.
It's a press dealie. Well, he gets on a press junket, and they fish him out of the water, and
the junker is a German tank.
Yeah. Iceman just IVs straight piss into his veins, and he's like, hey, welcome back, champ. You're on a boat now. He's like, oh, wonderful. Where are we going? He's like, oh, we're going to go somewhere. He's like, are you a doctor?
I didn't know David Thulis was Australian. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No. I can't go to Bendigo today.
So he's like, don't worry, come with me and these rabbits to this island where shit's happening. He's like, all right, I got nothing else to do. I'm with you.
I hate animals, by the way. This will be important later.
Yeah, he hates.
He's
Val
an animal.
Kilmer's character is wild.
He's an anaphobe.
Not an anamorph.
Anaphobe.
So they show up at this island, and he's like getting unpacked with all the rabbits, and then they're like, yo, this used to be like a resort town, but that went tits up, and at some point it was uninhabited or inhabited by locals, and then it got bombed to piss, and then World War II, and then resorts, but none of that worked out. So now we're here with
they're in Cuba.
Yeah, with the famed doctor like G.H.R. Moreau, and this guy's out here doing it. And David Thewlis
he's like a Mr. Sinister type. Like he's like a geneticist.
Yeah, but he's not good at it.
He's like a Mr. Sinister if he was Homer putting the dog and the cat in a bag.
Right? No, he's Hugo making a pigeon rat. Is what he's doing. Anyway, they're like,
that's two Simpsons animal chimera references.
So Thewlis is like, oh, I thought he left to go do something else. And they're like, well, no, he's here now.
It's fucking crazy.
Your English accent is nasty work.
Straight for the streets of Sussex, they are.
Another Simpsons reference.
So they're like, don't worry, here's the compound. Just fucking chill out. I'm Val Kilmer. Here's your bedroom.
Don't fuck nobody.
Also,
yeah.
one of the things Gogs and I said like immediately was that like David Thewlis is like he was just rescued, like he was at death's door, right? And he's given a room, like, and yeah, it's weird circumstances, but he's like automatically like suspicious of everything. But like, wouldn't you be happy you aren't dead?
He's mad ungrateful. Yeah. Like he's mad ungrateful.
What is it? What's it? He's a UN like interpreter or something.
He's like a UN. He works for the UN in a capacity enough where if I can get to a radio, they'll send a plane. And so, hey, he's like, no, we can't do that. There's transmission problems. So sleep in your cage bedroom, and we'll talk about it in the morning.
What plane?
So then old boy pops out of his bedroom. He sees Ferrugia Bulk.
Smash.
Yeah. Proto alt just pin-up dreamboat dancing her dance to
can we pause to address real quick? I'm sorry. I know this is going to take forever. But can we just talk about Nate's weird text about how he had a crush on her Return from Oz, a movie nobody saw when he was a kid?
Oh,
no, he was a kid.
I saw that movie.
Oh, so that's okay?
Wait, you didn't like that?
It's weird. Like, who has a kid that's like, who has a crush when they're like 5? Also,
I mean, yeah, it is kind of.
And I understand
we were all a child. Well, yeah, but
he was also a child.
Well,
right, he was a child. It's not like he currently has a crush on Bruce Bulk.
I don't know. I mean, I can kind of relate because when I saw the fucking Professional for the first time, I was like, Natalie Portman's cute, and she's my age.
Yeah, Luc Besson thought the same.
Okay, but I was the same age as Natalie Portman, so it's not as bad.
I had never even heard of that movie until, not The Professional, unfortunately, the other one, The Return to Oz. I was like in my 20s.
No, I love that movie, and
what was it on? Like, where did you see it?
I rented it from the video store. So, little quick sidebar about me as a kid. I was obsessed with the Oz books. Like, there's like 50 Oz books, and I read them all. I love them.
Wow.
And that movie is like, so like everybody knows like The Wizard of Oz, and like the first book is pretty close to the original movie, but those other books get like super fucking weird, like and
crazy. The guys with wheels for hands.
Yes, that's all in the book. Like that movie really does a great job at showing how fucking out of control the other Oz books are. Like there's one of the books where like there's this patchwork king and Dorothy has to like cut him in half. Like they're fucking crazy. Anyway.
Does her ass just get steady sucked up in tornadoes? Why does she keep going back?
Kinda, yeah, actually.
Oh no, I'm getting it mixed up with American McGee's Alice now. I was like, no, he just goes back. I'm like, oh, that's a different
like
franchise.
The art
yeah,
and all
she goes back to the Merrick.
Really good.
Is the Wiz canon? Is that in the same?
The Wiz is not canon, though.
Oh, take that.
I mean, it's canon to the Wiz.
And I'm sure when those books were written, there is no black characters in this.
No,
man, remember in The Wiz when they introduced the Power Glove? That was so cool.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
So bad.
Anyway, sorry.
Your Power Glove's off.
This movie is bad.
I love Dr. Moreau. It's so bad.
Oz and Power Gloves.
So, anywho, so this lady's doing her dance, and just on a veranda.
She hilariously looks so human, whereas all other Moreau's children look like weird ass monkey men.
Like we were talking about, like when the casting director was like, "You look like you could be a hybrid, but still smashable." Yeah. So you're getting the nod.
They do no work on her, like
no, they don't at all.
Because they gotta have something to fuck.
Even when like she's like reverting, all it just has like kind of fucked up teeth. She kind of looks like me.
I'm still into it. I'm still like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Just tuck your lips.
So she's doing whatever, and then Iceman shows up. He's like, "Get back to your room." And he's like, "All right." And then they go back to his room and they lock him up.
What kind of doctor is Iceman?
He was a neurosurgeon.
And also a veterinarian.
Yeah, well, he's a veterinarian by just the fact that that's what he has to do now.
Okay.
He said, because he was like, are you a doctor? He's like, nah, I'm more like a vet.
I'm a vet, yeah.
So anyway, so then Thulis, he's like, well, I don't want to be locked in this comfortable ass room as opposed to getting my ass ate by sharks. So I'm going to pop the lock on this bitch and go look around. And then they walk into that scene from Alien Resurrection, and there's just a bunch of people in tubes, and then a lady with teats is giving birth to a slime baby, and he's like, all right, fam, I'm out, and then runs away.
Crikey.
Oh, no.
Also, they've taught I don't know what to call these things. The mananimals, like, they've taught them surgery too. Like, they're
it's not a midwifery, if nothing else.
Like,
I believe it's pronounced midwifery. First of all,
mutates.
Yeah. They're mutates,
like from X-Men, not the mutants, the mutates.
Oh yeah, where they're like Sauron.
Yeah.
I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
So Thulis and Chitara
point in X-Men comics, by the way.
Shout out Sauron. So Lupin, and actually Alec brings up a good point.
Third.
A man who plays a werewolf later, so he should be intimately okay with the fact that human-animal hybrids are a thing. He scampers off into the trees with Chitara.
Who plays a werewolf?
Thulis. He's in Alec was saying in the Harry Potter movies.
I thought you meant in this movie.
No.
Okay.
It's a chilling vision of things to come.
I was fucked up because I was like, oh shit, was David Thulis a werewolf the whole time? I really got to stop playing Candy Crush while I'm watching this.
You're like those TikToks who are like, this movie's boring. You got like Family Guy going on at the same time.
Yeah.
You guys playing video games while you watch a movie.
Yeah.
I need input.
And listen to a podcast.
So then he like Feruzia Bulk's like, come with me, meow, and he's like, cool, and then they go run off into the woods and they just start hauling ass. So like, we gotta find the sayer of the law. He's like, lady, I don't know what the fuck. It is important to say that
David Thulis is in love with Feruzia Bulk.
Instantly.
Like automatically.
Instantly. My man.
Yeah.
It's been a minute for him, probably. Also, he brushed with death, and like
he's been
not for nothing
doing science on Rwandans or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably hasn't seen like a healthy broad in a minute.
And she's the only healthy broad in the whole scenario. So
yeah, there's no women on the island.
Well, there are women. One
there's no fully human women.
Yeah.
Or 90% women anyway.
So they're trucking through the old jungle, and then they find a dead rabbit. It's like, hey, that's not allowed. And then they keep going, and they make their way to like a monkey man in like a 2-piece suit with a club, like comes out of nowhere.
O'Brien.
And he's like, yo, what up? And they're like, hey, he's got 5 fingers too. And he's like, all right, bet I'm gonna take you to the goat man. So they do. And we go to like an old World War II bunker that's surrounded by a bunch of downed planes. And there's a whole lot of things. And they're all sitting there like, and he's like, I don't know. And then they go downstairs, and the founder of the feast, the reason we're watching the movie, Ron Perlman's like out here like preaching, is like, you walk on 2 legs. You don't eat meat. We don't shit our pants. We use real toilets. We're men, goddammit. We're going to be real about this.
I had a hard time figuring out who Ron Perlman was because they all look like Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
They do. They all look and sound like Bro, wait, there was a Mark Dacascos was in this movie?
Yeah, I thought that's why I got picked.
No,
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman is the thread, yeah.
Yeah, Mark Dacascos is one of these things.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, a double up.
That's funny, I didn't know that.
Anywho, so they're like, all right, here's a man dude. This is fun for us.
Man,
I don't know what we're going to do with you, but hooray. And then, Vito Corleone comes through in his Hummer with like big old JBLs, like blasting music, like letting everybody know what's up.
Dude,
so
every time he's in the movie, like it's fucking great. Like you can tell, like he didn't take direction and just did whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah.
Well, Boba Fett is in this movie too.
Oh
Really?
no shit!
Wait, which Boba Fett?
Timaru Morrison.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Django.
He played as a Zello, whoever the fuck that is.
Whichever one that was.
And Mark Dacascos played Lo Mai.
Yeah, I just
wait.
said...
Ron Perlman was the sayer. I thought. Wait, hold on.
See, you had the
I
same
Ron
problem I
Perlman
had.
was the hyena slide.
No, Ron Perlman
No.
was the keeper of the law, the sayer of the law.
Production note, TJ mentioned something about Brando. Brando decided he did not want to read a script or learn a script, so they either had to feed him his lines or let him improv.
That shows.
Yeah,
the hell you
because he is in a completely different movie.
Well,
like,
he shows up from a fucking George Miller movie. Like,
Yeah.
he looks like he should be atop a war rig of some sort.
Yeah, no, he's very Morton Joe-ish.
and then he riffs because he's wearing this weird like white powder makeup, and at some point there's like a drop line where he's like, "I have a problem with my skin, and that's why I have to wear it." Like it's like okay,
The sun is too much here on the island, and I gotta
yeah.
put a white powder on. Bonus status.
So he goes. They're
Really,
like, oh yeah,
really dialing the impressions to 11.
here we
this
are.
episode, Josh. I
God.
really appreciate it.
Marlon Brando. So I forgot. They saw the dead rabbit, and then they saw like a cheetahman, and then we saw the worst CGI in the whole movie as it scampered away. Anyway.
Oh, no. You haven't gotten to the worst CGI. The worst CGI is the rats. We were talking about that.
Oh, yeah, those were
you
bad,
got
too.
on. Those CGI rats. It's funny, too, because all the practicals, for as much problems as this movie has, I thought all the practical effects looked really good.
The only time it doesn't work is when he has his...
Are you counting the makeup?
Yeah, I thought the makeup was good. Really? I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it looked like the first pass of orc makeup before they refined it to look like an orc.
I mean, that is fair.
There's one sequence later where the little Kevin guy, what is the South Park dude, the little midget guy?
Right.
He's like on the front of one of their trucks or Jeeps or something, but they're just using like the dummy and not whatever. The puppet's not moving, so it just looks like it's fucking dead.
Well, and then there's a part where he's like nude, which I was like very uncomfortable with. I was like, what is going on now?
I don't care for that.
Because he already looks like a ball sack.
Yeah, and that guy, apparently, that was one of Brando's things, like, that man was like the Guinness Book record holder for being like the world's smallest man.
I thought for a second it was that guy, he was like an Indian midget that was in like these James Bond movies. Do you know what I'm talking about, TJ?
I do, I know exactly what you're talking about, but no, it's not him. That guy just happened to live on the island, and Brando saw him and was like, he's got to be in the movie.
Well, I guess Brando also had his own island somewhere in the vicinity of where this was shot that he owned, that he would just like leave and go to his island and nobody could communicate with him.
The island of Dr. Brando. Where are we? Oh, so Brando shows up. He's like, what's going on, everybody? Fuck's happening here? The Iceman pulls out a 9mm and puts it on Thulis, and he's like, Brando's like, yo, just fucking give him the piece, let him do what he needs to do. Thulis like loves that gun for a good while. Fucking pops, does a desk pop, gets everybody scared. He's like, just fucking stand him down.
There's a point in this movie where I thought of you, where Thulis is like scratching his head with the gun. I was like, that is not good gun discipline.
There's no trigger discipline, and it's pretty bad. And Brando's like, oh, by the by, I got this Atari Jaguar controller that can make all your ribs hurt, so here's one for you. And he fucking zaps a handful of them. And he's like, all right, let's go back to the house for dinner. And he's like, oh, by the, then he sort of lays it all down. He's like, I just came out here to just, piss in God's face and make other unseemly evil creatures. He's like, oh, that's fun. What's for dinner? Rabbit.
There's a line later where it says, I came to turn animals into men and men into gods. Or Val Kilmer says that. Yeah.
And I don't know, they want to make perfect men or some such, and they're like, all right, well, we're having rabbit for dinner. That's funny because we don't eat animals. And then everybody gets upset about it, and you meet all the other kids that look awful compared to Ferruccia Balk.
Right. And none of them look like, she looks fine. Everyone else looks like a monkey man.
Nightmare.
They all look,
So then they're like, all right, well, who killed the rabbit? It's like, I don't know. We found one in the fucking woods. They're like, oh, we can't have that. We better have a trial. So then they go back to the goat man's house, and they're like, bring forth leopard dude. And they're like, hey, leopard dude, you can't do that no more. And he comes at Brando, and Brando's like, zippity zap, and then he hits the ground. And then Lenny Kravitz walks up to him with a 9 and fucking puts one in his skull. And he's like, we're killing dudes now. This movie just starts happening.
It was like a cattle gun, wasn't it?
Yeah, because they
stuck in his head. It didn't even no penetration.
So they
not full penetration.
Not full penetration.
Like you saw, there was like 3 inches sticking out of his skull, so you can only imagine how much was in his skull to end his ass. So then they roast him, and then his boy gets his charred remains out of the firebox.
And that was Mark Dacascos.
That was Mark Dacascos. Okay.
He's the one who got grilled.
Wait, Dacascos got grilled or Boba Fett got grilled?
Dacascos got grilled.
Ew, poor Dacascos. So, Dacascos.
Fine if it was Boba Fett. Jesus Christ.
I do like Starlight.
I do appreciate that they gave the Asian guy a Chinese name, even though he just looks like a leopard.
Right, yeah.
So the charred remains are pulled out by Lomai's best friend, Hyena Swine, which is a hell of a fucking
That's a real name.
Fucked on the names.
Yeah.
I guess that was the 2 things plus man that were made.
We were going to name him.
What's Lomai then?
We were either going to name him Steve or Hyena Swine.
Yeah. Well, Lomai is, I have no idea what that
Swine
is.
Sounds like the third base player for the Damned, when they're kind of getting back together, but not really.
Yeah.
Well, so Hyena Swine figures out that there's these implants in him that make the pain happen. He comes to this conclusion almost immediately, and then feels around in his own rib cage, and then proceeds to rip the damn implant out, freeing him from the Atari-based control of Dr. Moreau. So
who taught you how to fly?
So cross cut. Fucking Val Kilmer's out here in the mix, handing out anti-mutagen and methamphetamines to all of the mutates.
There's a point in the movie they're like, what are you giving him? And he's like, some meth and some other stuff. It just keeps him calm.
It's methadone, mushrooms, and something to keep them. It's like what something they needed to stop going full beast mode. So he's fucking hammering all them with this nonsense. And then Hyena Swine is lurking in the background. And they're like, oh, what's up, Hyena Swine? And he's like, fuck y'all. And they're like, what do you mean, fuck y'all? And then he throws the device at him, and that freaks out.
What I do?
Yeah. Iceman goes and grabs his rifle and is about to go fucking JFK this dude. And then fucking Thulis is like, no, and pops him one. And he's like, well, we can't have this. This is bad. This is the brewings of revolution because we are oppressors. And so then that's what happens. And for the rest of the movie, you have Hyena Swine and his gang of misfits raid the compound after they've removed their implants. They fuck Dr. Moreau up in a hammock, which is the weirdest way to die.
They pop his hand off like ripping a movie ticket. It is absurd.
Yeah, he got Stretch Armstrong, but it failed miserably. And
his limbs stretched next week.
So his scenes in this movie are so limited.
Bro, his ice hat you didn't even mention.
Oh yeah, that was. And TJ brought this up. We were watching. I remember from the documentary as well. He was just like, "What if I just wore a bucket?" And they're like, "I don't know. What the fuck are you on, champ?" And so dude gets fucking slaughtered. And then it's like,
very unceremoniously too. It's like,
it's not like there's no.
It's like the middle of the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of movie left, and the biggest name in this movie is now checked out. Right, he's probably had 15 minutes of screen time. So now, the Revolution.
Well, they did have their piano scene, which is fucking pretty funny.
Oh, well, right. There was a scene before dinner where everyone was tickling the ivories, and where did they get that ass piano from? Doesn't matter. They shipped that shit. So then, the Revolution is not televised, but it is all over the place. Shit's getting burned down. People are going bananas. His kids are just
I'm gonna be honest with you. These fucking Muppet men shooting machine guns is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I was fucking hilarious. Howling.
Dudes have AKs with the ID KFA fucking full ammo, no reloads required.
Oh, they had the fucking Metal Gear headband, the infinite ammo shit. I was crying, and it's meant to be dramatic, but
it's hilarious.
These fucking things with these guns is just fucking next level.
And so everything's going down wacky bananas. They're turning on each other. At some point, fucking Val Kilmer gets all gussied up in full. Dr. Moreau garb.
He turns into Brando for some reason. It's weird. I don't.
Yeah, so they're whatever. Everybody's having it, and then his ass gets assed out, and then he destroyed all of.
I hate when you get assed out. That's the
so.
Worst
First of all, he destroyed all the regression serum, so he knows that all these things are gonna go full Animorph. And then Thulis is like, but I haven't had a chance to bang the cat lady yet. I need more serum.
That really is the motivating factor for the end of the movie. It's Thulis is just I can't have this woman turn into a whole ass cat because I don't know, morality wise, how that is for me.
At what line does become bestiality? That's his fucking internal struggle.
Right. I guess at some point he ended up on a boat trying to get away, and those rat people got him, but that was really inconsequential. They burned the docks. Everything's burning. Shit's on fire. Hyena Swine is going hard in the paint. He's shooting his buddies. He's shooting everybody else.
They're shooting the guns and I know you guys will appreciate this. I don't know how this will play everywhere else, but he's shooting it like Omar Epps and Jesse Ventura shooting those AKs in the fucking fake movie in Major League 2, the White Hammer, Black Lightning, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Or Black Hammer, White Lightning. Mine fell further. Well, mine were deader.
So it also comes out that they were going to use Thulis's DNA to stabilize Perusia Bulk into becoming a lady. And anywho, people are shit's just happening. People are getting got. At some point, Iceman catches one, and by catches one, I mean he's eaten alive by animal people.
Animal Americans.
Yeah, fucking Perusia Bulk gets she gets lynched by her brother for, I guess, fraternizing with humanity or some such. And then her brother gets zapped by Hyena Swine. Everyone's getting killed. The little wimpiest brother at some point blows some shit up and then makes Hyena Swine lose his gun, and then fucking Douglas is able to fucking, I don't know, get the infinite round AK-47 and make a retreat, but then Hyena Swine casts himself into the flames. Because
it does beg the question, what was the purpose of having all these machine guns for
Right.
Ostensibly two guys.
I was going to say, why do they have so
maybe
many
they were going to
weapons?
make like an army and like take over. I don't know. Let's say
Sure.
Guam.
Yeah, we'll put lasers on the Raptors.
Right.
So the peaceful goat man is left, and he's like, they're like, I'll send help. I'll come back to you. He's like, don't bother, because we're going to be fucking animals soon.
Yeah, I ain't never fucking coming back. Yeah, we'll be back, and I ain't coming back here.
Yeah. And then old
I'll
boy's
go get
like,
regular pussy. This is too dangerous.
I'd rather die at sea in this makeshift, like, he like took a canoe and added some pallets to it.
Has no idea where he is.
Yeah, he has
zero
concept of where
he has shown no nautical ability.
And he set an outboard motor on it.
Yeah.
With no gasoline.
And he's just loading up. His only provision was a fucking
he starts like
puttering
away on it. It's like,
yeah.
But he has no like spare gas or anything.
I'll see y'all in New York City.
Yeah, you're gonna get across the whole ass ocean, like wherever the fuck you are. You know, I said this to guys when
he's basically like the Muppets. He's like gonna travel by map.
Right. Yeah. I said this to guys when we started watching the movie. We're like, man, the ocean's big as fuck. I mean, the ocean's real big.
He didn't have a compass. He didn't have shelter. He brought a bucket of coconuts, nothing to open the coconuts with. And he set sail out of a harbor to just die.
He's got like a 0% chance of ever getting to land. There's no way.
No, you gotta eat a bullet at that point. Like there ain't no fucking shot.
It's like he was spinning the wheel for supplies and he landed on all the worst options. It was like
he skipped the inventory fucking tutorial.
Have you tried to open a coconut in
a
while?
No.
Impossible.
It's challenging.
And my man do it with his bare hands in the middle of the ocean.
He ain't built like that. It's over.
He's gonna just gnaw on it.
No, it's like a fever.
Yeah.
Oh, Crowley, you can't get in this coconut.
Yeah, he's done. He's absolutely done.
It's over.
But like, it's not the movie. It'd be a better ending if the movie was like, you know, explicit of the fact that he's gonna die. But it was more like a victorious, like, oh, I got off.
Yeah, because he's narrating it. So he got there somehow.
And I was rescued in the middle of the ocean by let's
say Mo.
I need these coconuts full of electrolytes.
Yeah, it's Jover for that guy. I'm 100% doing a fucking gun tasting. Like, there's no shot. Like
that would have been a better movie. Like, if he realized he's in like a no-win situation, and just ends himself.
It just turns into the end of The Mist.
Or he could at least paint himself up like Marlon Brando. I mean, they probably got more white paint.
Yeah, I think something fuckable might evolve here. Let's just hang out.
Alec, was your favorite part of the movie the science?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the science in this movie is something else. I still don't really understand what Moreau was doing. Like, what his end goal was.
I'm sure it's more explicit in the book, but you know how readings for certain types of people.
Sure.
Like, sure. I don't know who this movie is for. Like, it just? Do you remember?
I love.
Yeah, I think the second to last movie that Marlon Brando was in, the whole marketing campaign was that it was Marlon Brando was in it. The Heist, I think it's called, the one with Edward Norton. That. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that movie sucks.
It's terrible,
and he's barely in it. But it's like a comprehensible movie. Like, it's like, oh, it is a heist movie. It does what it says on the box. I don't know who they expected to like this besides us retroactively 30 years later.
Why did they even, why were they like, we need Brando? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure they needed a name.
They couldn't get Brad Dourif and make the movie much cheaper.
I am sure a fair amount of people saw this movie explicitly because Marlon Brando was the cat. I believe so.
Really?
I don't think it was neither you nor I.
Did anybody pull the numbers?
People older than us probably were like, ooh, Marlon Brando.
Do you think they were like, why is that shrimp from the Muppets shooting a machine gun? It's like, oh, it's dramatic. It's like, I laughed my balls off. Like, they had to, I don't know, man. Like, I would love to just see the editing process of this movie, because God knows what didn't make it in there.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
this is literally all they had. It's like, this is what we got. This is all the footage we have.
This movie came out.
Okay, so this movie, supposedly, I don't know if this counts with all the reshoots and everything else, $40 million budget, $49 million box office. So this was a dud.
Yeah.
This movie did not make its money.
No.
I got a hot take. Not a hot take, but a mild observation. Let's say it this way. I think the only reason this movie got made is because 12 Monkeys was successful the year prior. And people were like, oh, people like weird shit. And I'm
not making that connection at all.
I am, and I'll stand on it.
I don't think 12 Monkeys, besides like the beginning, is like super weird. Like, I mean, the concept. But it's like, it's visibly weird in the beginning. Like, but then it just kind of becomes like a regular movie. Like, this movie starts out like a regular movie and then turns into, I don't know what the fuck.
Like, yeah. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a treatise on like society. Like, I don't know what the hell this movie is trying to tell me, but I love it. I love because it's so. I
can't believe I haven't seen it.
It is directionless. Like, it is so all over the place. Like,
because usually
the first
when these like
20 minutes are like together, but after that, it's like
it's
God
in Cuckoo Bananas land.
Yeah, God said it. Once like Brando dies, like the movie it's just like we just shot some shit. Like I don't even
now.
It's just coverage. It's all just. But like. Shit, what was I going to say? Oh, fuck. Never mind. Go ahead and keep talking. I just totally forgot what I was going to say.
I'm just trying to see what else was in 96. There was a Dusk Till Dawn also in 96.
Good movie. Yeah, this movie is a fucking mess. Like, you can tell that they had all these problems making this movie. Because, like, part of me would love to go to the alternate universe where Richard Stanley got to make his version of the movie. I don't think it would have been much more coherent, but I would love to know what was the plan? Because it wasn't what we got on screen, obviously.
Like Marlon Brando just sitting there like fucking Big Daddy, and like, oh Lord, it's hot today. Like, fucking.
Brando is so unhinged in this fucking movie. Like, for you to tell me that he wouldn't memorize the script and they defeated, like, I could have told you that just from watching the movie. Because like everything he says sounds like he's making shit up as like the scene's going on, and they just have to like improv around him.
That
like,
whole fucking dinner party with the piano.
That scene where like the little guy is playing piano with him. It's like, what the fuck is that?
On his own piano on top of Marlon Brando's piano.
Usually these big like huge
new meaning of the word baby grand piano.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's where the mini me from Austin Powers is a direct reference to that. But like usually these humongous bombs are like Heaven's Gate. Like it's these like big epic movies that are just kind of boring and like not super. This is not that.
No.
This is like almost completely incomprehensible. Like it should be a simple like, oh, mad scientist makes these weird things because he's fucking crazy. Like. Right. But, like, the movie is just insane. Like, oh, we've got the system of laws, and, like, but now we're just shooting. Like, it turns into fucking Rambo 4 at the end.
But, like, it's insane, but they spend no time with anything.
No.
Like, enough to develop it or for you to question it. You're just kind of like, okay, here's where we are now. Like, we're going.
Like, do you think there were more scenes where the animals, like, you see their society and they're just like, yo, it's too hot in this shit, we're dying. Like,
there's probably a 4-hour cut of this movie somewhere.
Yeah, probably so.
Like, there's a canned cut of this.
Yeah, but there's like an Island of Dr. Moreau redux.
I mean, there's this whole plot point in by the end of the movie where like some of the monkey men like they want a like functioning society, but then like because they're like, we still have law, right? And it's like, no, we don't have law. Father died, and it's like none of this stuff is really fleshed out or like explained or like. Really kind of like it's just kind of there. Like it's wild. It's a wild fucking movie. I don't know. Okay. 5 Knuckle Shuffle Time, I guess. WWE champion John Cena, everybody.
Yeah.
Gogs, you never go first on these.
I remember this movie earlier in my life, and I remember it being a mess and not fun. But this time I watched it, it was a mess and it was fun. So I'm going to give it a 7. It is silly, and it's not great, but I did enjoy it and I will remember it. So like the costume, I thought the costumes were cool. I thought the practicals were cool. I enjoy a big confusing mess at times, and there's something about it's trying so hard and failing at it that makes it almost endearing that I enjoy. Yep. And it's just like it's a big goddamn swing. But
it's a big swing where they're not even facing the mound.
Right.
Right. It's a good way to put it.
It is, and then all the lore that surrounds it kind of makes it even more kind of charming. Like I remember watching Lost Souls and hearing about Richard Stanley like being fired from his job on an island and then sticking around and putting on wolf makeup and being an extra just to continue to be part of the production. Like it is like and it's one of those like touchstones. Like I don't know if you guys remember this now. I still remember the fucking I remember the trailer like in my head of
Peter
Brando,
Cullen from Transformers did the trailer narration apparently.
Yeah,
and it's Optimus Prime.
And it's fucking so weird, and it's so of its time, and I don't desire it to be remade. I hope it never happens.
No, because they'll fix it.
Because they'll fix it, and I don't want that.
They'll make it a real movie, and I don't want that.
No, I want this. This is...
I'm kind of... I wonder... I'm surprised this isn't, like, a Tubi movie or something.
Yeah.
Because this shit's got to be in, like, the public domain now, because, like, Time Machine, they've made 1 billion of those, and, like, War of the Worlds is public domain now. Like, this has got to be.
Yeah, but if it was a Tubi movie, it would be like the Funky Island of Dr. Moreau.
Dr. Moreau.
You can watch it for free on Sling TV.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. No. Apparently, but, yeah, what a disaster. Like, what a fuck.
What a horrific train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just with, like, actors you love, and
some
there
you don't.
have it. And some you don't. And Perusia Bulk. Sean.
I'm also going to give it a 7. I kind of want to give it an 8. This movie is bad. Like, don't get it twisted. But I love the idea of, there was some high school or maybe middle school English teacher somewhere that was like, oh, this movie's based on an H.G. Wells. I'm teaching H.G. Wells. He's never seen the movie. So he puts it on for this class of children who immediately run home and explain it to their parents, and that guy got fired. Like, I will never forget some of the images in this movie, whether it's the dinner party or the what if I just put a bucket on my head, or all these fucking manimals just shooting machine guns indiscriminately. And, like, to what end, nobody really knows. And, like Alex said, I don't know, let's say Mo. Like, wait a minute. Like, you cannot, if you pull on any thread on this carpet, the roof of the house will cave in for some reason. Like, it is very fragile. It is a sponge sugar glass movie, basically. But I wish Marlon Brando would have made 100 movies in the 5 years before he died. Like, if they were all going to be like
this. Like a Nick Cage kind of situation. Yeah.
Because he's like, how Orson Welles got kind of weird and really fat when, Touch of Evil and Beyond. Yeah. A bunch of horrible cartoon about toys killing each other. Yeah. But, like, give me more of this Brando, because he is fucking bonkers.
Yeah, he's so good in this movie.
Val Kilmer is, like, giving a crazy performance. But it's, like, not even in the stratosphere of Brando. Like, I find this movie, like, transfixing in all the worst ways. It's like, this is the I gave my cousin head of movies. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. I was laughing today for no reason, like, in a courtroom to myself about these fucking monkey men shooting each other. Like, I could not handle it. So, yeah, it's a 7, cresting on an 8 almost. in a movie where I don't know any of the characters' names except for Dr. Moreau, and like I don't give a fuck about anybody in the movie at all. Like none of the characters or the plot or what's going on.
No.
It's all just vibes.
It is vibes. It's a vibes-based economy.
Yeah. Well, TJ.
It's also a 7 for me, dog. Movie the podcast rule. If you're gonna be bad, be confusing, and good lord, this movie is fucking confusing as shit. Nothing makes any sense. They don't stick to any plot point for more than about 15 seconds. It's absolutely insane. Brando is insane. Kilmer is insane. David Thewlis feels like he's in a different movie than everybody else, and apparently he was because he got cast late. I loved it though. Like I couldn't turn away. Like I thought this movie is so entertaining. Like it's so bad, but like it's like I said. I don't even know if we were recording when I said this, but this is one of those like Spider-Man 3 where like normies are like, oh, it's the worst movie ever made, and it's like, no, this movie is a fucking gem. This movie is so much fun. Like I loved it, and I could see myself watching this again for a third time.
Like, this is a TJ Payton movie. I'm just going to throw this on and not have to listen to any of it.
I mean, it's so much fun, and it's visually interesting, I will say. Like, they do a great job. Like, the movie looks great, but, like, every time Brando shows up, it's like, what is he even doing?
It's not boring.
And, like, everybody's just kind of like that. Like, you could tell, like, everyone in this movie is just kind of stuck in this holding pattern of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, so I'm just gonna riff. Like everyone, not just Brando. I mean, they're all following Brando's lead, but like, no one knows what's going on in this movie. Nobody knows how to play the characters. Like,
this is kind of the movie that Virus should have been.
Yes, agreed.
So
yeah, no, it's great. I loved it. It's terrible, but like this is the kind of bad movie that I could just watch over and over and over again. I loved it. 7 for me, dog. Wow.
Sorry, boys. It's a 3.
Oh.
7 plus 3 is 10.
Yep.
21 plus 3 is 24. Divided by 4 is 6.
Yeah. Holy shit! Hold on.
Damn it!
Hold on. I gotta write this down.
Checks out, sir.
Yeah. I agree with everything everybody you said. But it's a 3. It's a 3.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Like, you're not wrong.
Fair. I can't argue with that.
No, I have not a leg to stand on here.
Yeah, this movie was rough. It took me like 4 sittings to get through it. It's only an hour and 40 minutes long.
Yeah, it's very short.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes maybe it's not better to be confusing than boring. Sometimes boring is
incorrect. Okay. That's wrong.
I know. But yeah, this was something else. I would be interested in watching the documentary of, which I'm pretty sure is longer than the movie itself.
It has to be, yeah. I think the documentary is pretty long. But the documentary, I'll put it on the Plex if it's not already on there.
Give it a look. The documentary's fun.
Yeah, the whole story behind the movie is more interesting than the movie.
Yeah. It sounds like one of those just nightmare productions.
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay.
Whose pick is it next week?
Who's got a pick next week?
I think you're up in the rotation, TJ.
It's me?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
I've got one if you're stuck.
Go ahead, Sean. Well, I have a fun one to pick since we were talking about Nate.
Oh no. I can Return to Oz or whatever?
Yeah, but we don't have to do that one.
I hope I don't jerk off.
Oh, God.
Sean, go ahead, Sean.
Why does he sound like that?
It's what I think you should. That's how Nate sounds when he's not doing his nice guy voice.
That is how Nate sounds. Yeah.
When he drops the mask, that's how he sounds. I want to start jacking off.
Otherwise, it's very much, I hope I don't jack off.
Yeah.
I don't know who else is
Nate.
in Escape or Return to Oz, so that might be like I'm sure we'd find somebody.
You could paint us into a corner.
Yeah,
I'm going to take Val Kilmer.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a movie I don't think maybe anybody's seen. If anybody's seen it, it's TJ. It's called The Salton Sea. It's about
that. Yeah.
Val Kilmer is a jazz musician trying to solve his wife's murder, and it has the most unhinged Vincent D'Onofrio performance I think he's ever done.
I like that movie. All right.
Okay.
Salton Sea next week. That's a good one. And the thread is Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Oh, we might get to do a Vincent D'Onofrio. So my pick will be next week, so I get to go with D'Onofrio. Ooh.
Yeah, you can pick that Jurassic Park where he wanted to turn the dinosaurs into an army.
Did we already review The Cell? I feel like we did.
I don't believe.
I think we've kicked it around a million times.
I think we've threatened to.
I might pick The Cell. I might pick
Tarsim's The Cell.
Yeah, I like
Shout
that
out
movie.
Tarsim, that guy rules.
It'd be fun to watch that over again. I don't know. We'll find out next week. But all right, so this week coming up is the Sultan Sea.
Yeah.
That's the show, everybody. You know what to do. Eat your own ass. Go watch The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
Or watch Lost Souls. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want.
I do both. I don't care.
We don't run your life.
Lost in La Mancha. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now I have to hit stop recording.
Yes, Queen.